Hi there and welcome along to Staff Treats. My name is Catherine Wilson and today we're joined by someone very interesting. She is the HR manager for Payfit UK and she's joining us today to find out some interesting things about her. So Geraldine, welcome along. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Yeah, and so tell me a bit about what you do in your job.
Yes, so basically I'm the HR manager for Payfit UK and I am dealing with everything that's related to office management, but also HR matters, contracts, hiring, recruitment. That's all in my role basically at this stage.
So I can tell you're kept very busy. You do have a history of working in recruitment. Tell us a little bit about that and why you think that kind of affects your role now. So what you've learned through recruitment affects your role now.
I think when you hire the right people, and especially in this startup environment that we're in, we can really change everything and make sure that we make the best from Payfit. And from any company. If you hire the right people, the right talents, it will drive your company to the right place.
And is there anything interesting you can tell me about your current recruitment process within Payfit UK that's very interesting and might inspire some others watching today?
Yeah, sure. So part of our recruitment process, obviously there's different stages during the recruitment process, the sourcing, the screening. But then at the very end of our recruitment process, we have what we call staff drinks. Team drinks at the end, where we invite the candidate to come. It's very clear that it's part of our recruitment process and that it gives the opportunity to them and to us, basically, to get to know each other, to understand if the fit will be okay for them and for us. There's also the last stage, which I feel is really great at this stage, is that we have one of the founders that's talking to them for a short call to validate basically the whole recruitment process. And I think it's a very nice opportunity for candidates to kind of understand, who we are and what's the type of values that we try to have in the company.
So what's it like being a HR manager of a HR company?
Clearly the reason why I joined Payfit for me is a very important one, because I wanted to have I felt like I could have a footprint, some impact on the HR on HR matters in general, as they are dealing with different aspects of HR, so I thought I could have my say in it. So that was really important to me, the reason why I joined.
And what would you advise small to medium businesses that have maybe just started and they've got a couple employees now? What could they implement in order to ensure that their staff are as happy as they can be?
I think what we've realized over time, and it's making a huge difference, especially for new employees, is the onboarding process. We have a very, very nice onboarding process here at Payfit, and there's different steps, to kind of have their engagement level very high from the first day they start. Obviously, it's making a difference compared to other companies who are not offering this, and I can see that they're enjoying it and they value it very much, and it's one of the reasons why we have a very good employee retention as well, because it's part of our culture and our process to have this very strong onboarding in place.
And what would you say is the most important part of the recruitment process?
The screening, obviously, kind of making sure that you take the time to analyze each and every CV you receive is extremely important. Asking the right questions, making sure that you make people feel comfortable, that they get the opportunity as well to ask their questions, reassured about things that are important today, like what's your work-life balance at Payfit. I've had this question many times. These are the questions I would not have asked 10 years ago, but these are coming constantly now, so it's very important to be able and to give a safe place to respond to them.
And what would you say that Payfit UK do specifically to keep their staff happy?
I think it's about the employee experience. There's a lot of effort made in that sense, not only around the onboarding process, as I mentioned before, but also around making sure that employees are happy every day in the office. It's part of our values to care about our employees and making sure that they know that we're there to listen to what they have to say, that they can raise their voice if they want, but also making sure that they enjoy every day in the office.
Is there anything particular you do for team building in order to ensure that your team stays a team and that everybody gets on well? Anything in particular you could advise the small to medium businesses?
Clearly, we have team drinks every week, and that's a simple what to put in place. I think it's always nice, at the end of the day, and especially here in the startup environment, we're extremely busy, but it's also, recognizing that we need time to enjoy a moment where we can relax and talk about something different than work. It's important, and obviously we have Christmas parties, Christmas jumper day, and we have a summer party. We also have a 3 days weekend. It's not a weekend, it's during the week, but so 3 days we go away. This year we went on an island with the whole company, so all the different team could get a chance to meet each other. I think it's amazing, but obviously it has a cost, and not every company would be able to afford this. But I still think that putting a budget in place for that on the long run would be rewarding for a company, because it will stimulate engagement, and we see that there is increased productivity related to employee engagement in a company. It's as simple as that.
Sounds amazing. An island, that sounds absolutely incredible. Can I come next time?
Why not?
So obviously there's a lot around at the minute, especially in the media, and it's about work-life balance and how people are currently struggling with that. For you as a HR manager, is there anything that you put in place in order to help your employees have a better work-life balance?
They can enjoy 1 day a week working from home, so they can decide the day they want to work from home. Obviously, everybody needs to make sure that the team is aware and the manager agrees with it. But that's, I think, a very good one to enjoy. And I think there's a lot of companies who are putting this in place as well now today, because they realize it's important for their employees to be able to, deal with a few things at home while still working, basically.
So Geraldine, you're an expert in employment law. Is there anything that you're aware of that small to medium businesses might not be aware of that they should be adhering to and they currently aren't?
Yes, I think probably one of the questions that's still there, been there since the 70s, it's the gender, the pay gap. It's still there, unfortunately, today, despite all the efforts made so far. So clearly it's something that still... When I hear about it, when I read about it, it's still making me a bit, frustrated. But there's a lot of changes, and I can clearly see, working in a tech company, we attract fewer women as well. I hope this is going to change soon. It will change, I'm sure. It's just a matter of time. But I hope it will also, trigger things around this pay gap I was talking about, and that it will change over time, and we won't be talking about it anymore. Is
there anything currently that you're aware of here in the UK, a law that you think should be changed?
Yes, I think one thing that's interesting is, and especially because I've worked in other countries as well in the past, is that there's a lot of benefits, for example, in other countries that are not taxable, where in the UK it is most of the time. And I feel that it's a bit difficult sometimes for small businesses, basically, because they have not only to pay these benefits, but also to pay the taxes on the side. And I believe it would be really good if these benefits would not be taxable, so it would be more affordable for SMEs, because in the end, it's only, more affordable for bigger businesses. And I think it's a bit unfair, to be honest. That would be a good piece, I think, that would change things. And I think it would stimulate some businesses as well, because it wouldn't be taxed. So it would make employers go for these type of solutions. So it would generate more businesses for these different benefits.
Any benefits in particular, specifically, you would like to have on board that might not be taxed anymore?
We have lunch benefits in place at the moment. It's lunch vouchers, and unfortunately, because it's not held as a canteen, and there's another few conditions we would need to comply with, it's taxable. Where if we had a canteen and we would be able to afford this, we would not be paying taxes, and I think this is clearly unfair for a smaller business. But hopefully, over time, it will change.
So this is a question we ask quite a few people. What would you say is your secret weapon that you use in order to make your staff more productive and more positive in the workplace?
I think I mean, especially with my role, it's talking with employees, each and every employee. I have I define certain moments in times where I speak with each one of them. So initially, it's probably every month, every week, even at the beginning, every month, then every 2 months. It's really a moment that's very interesting for me and for them. For me, it's interesting because I can hear, what's their concerns and where they feel that things can be improved in the office every day. But then also for me, it's for them to give them the opportunity to talk with me and to be able to understand that their voice can be heard. I'm clearly part of the management, so I need to be able to differentiate myself. But then it's giving them the opportunity to kind of progress with their career, because I'm like a third party who is able to talk about their concern to the management, and so it's giving them the opportunity to raise the concerns, work on them on a constructive way, to be able to move with their career, and also for the management to kind of understand how we can engage someone more.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.